Right, Boston. It seemed like you really asserted yourself out there on the offensive end tonight. Just what was working for you on that end of the floor?
Just trying to be aggressive and just give my team a chance. Try to just bounce back from our last loss versus Omaha, which it left a sour taste in everybody's mouth. So just tried to, we knew the team that was coming in, Eastern Washington, a very good team. They win the Big Sky, almost every year. So just try to come out and, get a win and fight.
Yep. Just what impressed you about the way they ran their offense against you guys tonight?
They did a lot of pick and pop, and credit to their fives and their guards for finding their bigs and knocking down threes. They played like a real team. I think they had 20 plus assists, and when you have 20 plus assists as a team, you're probably gonna win that game.
Eric Strip comes off the bench for them, scores 32. Just how impressed? What problems did he create for the team defensively?
Yeah, just a lot of pick and pop, 7 threes. I think he averaged coming in like 9, 8 points, but then he exploded, and that's why I give credit to Eastern Washington. They're a good team. This next man up, they got a lot of good players.
What can playing against a team like them with the recent success they've had just do for the confidence, especially the way the crowd got into it there in the second half?
Yeah, we'll definitely build off this, and especially going into Montana. Coach just said, you have to go through adversity to get to where you want to be, and no one likes losing, of course, but we'll learn from it and definitely carry this into Montana. Yeah.
Yep. Credit to Eastern Washington. They're a very good team. Won the Big Sky last year, had a chance to sweep the league. We knew we were getting into, right? A really good team at home. I was thankful that we're at home against these guys. But, talking to our team afterwards, there's a reason why they've won Big Sky titles. There's a reason why they played in the NCAA tournament. There's a reason why they won a game in the NIT last year. It's built, it's proven, and they do some really, really good things. Their style of play is different. I don't know if we'd ever see that style of play anywhere else in the country, no matter who we played. Their 5 men are coming off staggers and just make some things really difficult defensively. We made some adjustments in the second half, obviously played much better, held them to 39 points, which is a win for us. Anytime we can do that against an offensive juggernaut team like them, they separate a little bit in the first half. Tried to use almost every timeout that we had to slow them down, and credit to our team, we battled back. I thought we played very well in the second half. Difference was I think we cut it to 9. Is that the closest it got in the second half? And we missed 2 switches, give up threes off those switches because we weren't tight with them, and then we gave up a same side 3 where they drive and kick it to the same side, and we don't give up same side 3s. So had a chance to get a stop there. We cut it to 7, right? And it's a different game, and we just made 3 defensive execution errors that we can't give up. So with them, 32 played great. Eric Strupp came in averaging 9 points a game. He's hit 5 threes all year. He hit 7 threes against us and had 32 points. So credit to him. That's the best game I've seen him play probably in his career. And we slow him down a little bit. It's a little bit different of a game. So Eastern Washington's good. They're so good. You watch them on tape, and their 7 losses are to high major teams, right? And you're watching the Washington game, and they're up with 4 minutes to go in the game at Washington. I've played at Washington. That's a hard place to play, and it's a hard style to play against. So they're a very good team. I wouldn't be shocked if they won the Big Sky. Them and Weber are very, very good, and Montana's right behind them. Montana got a big win at North Dakota State tonight. So we got to keep getting better. That's the biggest thing. I told our team afterwards that I've been around a long time, and the only way you get to where you want to go is some adversity, right? And sometimes things don't go how you want them to go, but the key is it's about the process. Everybody is so concerned about the outcome, and I compare it to NDSU didn't win a non-conference game. Oh, they won 1 last year again at Portland, and they come back and they get better and they play in the Summit League championship game, right? So everybody wants the outcome, and I told our team everything that we want is still ahead of us. It is. We can still win a conference championship. We can still make the NCAA tournament. So you got to find ways in situations like this to get better and grow as a team. and we'll get to where we want to go. We really will. We got one senior. I believe in the guys in our locker room, and we've shown flashes of it. We just got to be more consistent.
Yeah, just before that stretch where the same side threes happen, the fans really got into it, getting defensive stops, being able to get cut into that lead, get to single digits. Just what was so impressive about the way that the team was able to fight there.
It's funny, and you try to explain this to your guys, is like when we're really locked in on defense, we're way better offensively. And they almost look at like when they score, now they really want to guard, and it's like the mindset has to be getting stops, and then we get out and go. And yeah, we had a great crowd. Our fans really helped us, and that's why I said I'd rather be playing Eastern Washington at home, right? On the road, they just played 2 home games, and they weren't close. They weren't even close. Being able to play at home, obviously the crowd helped us a little bit get back into the game, and we just really focused on we started switching 5 with Jake Brack, where we just didn't give any pick and pops up. When Lahat was in, we put our 5-man on their 4-man, right, and switched everything with their 5 so they couldn't get that. We had 2 game plans going into it. One was to guard our 5s, or their 5s with our 5s, like we did against NDSU, and I think we gave up 4 or 5 threes. In between the 2 of them, that's probably what they were averaging over the last 5 games, a couple threes or on the season or whatnot per game on average. And, it's hard to change everything that you do based on one game, right? In a game that honestly doesn't mean a whole lot. It doesn't mean anything for the conference standings. So that's how we started. Obviously didn't work. They were making some threes, and that's when we made the switch, and I think it really helped us in the second half.
Yep, and then just defensive assignments against a team like them. Is it like a matter of like just in certain situations with a style you're not used to? Like there are plays where you have to play perfect.
Well, what makes them so hard to guard is you saw it. They'll post anybody. Maybe not 55, but 2 through 5, they're going to post, right? So you gotta take that away. Are you going to give up a layup or something over the top at the rim? And then they're setting staggers on the backside, and they can bring anybody off those staggers. So you kind of got to pick your poison a little bit, and we know they make a lot of threes. What we told our guys is, like, we can't give up layups, right? You'll lose every game in the world if you just give up layups all game. And we have to make some of those threes contested. Now, if you look at, they hit 8 threes between their 5s, right? And we did a good job on number 10. When we guarded 31 with our 5s, we were pretty effective. Probably hit 1 shot on those guys, maybe 2. But it's a hard matchup, right? And it's hard to explain to your fans. It's hard to explain to you guys how good offensively they are, because you look at their numbers and it's like, oh, they lost 7 games. Well, they lost to USC. They lost to Utah, who's a top 25 team. They lost to Cincinnati. They lost, you know what I mean? They're at Ole Miss. They're playing on the road, and they're playing high-level teams, which actually brings their level of play up, right? Because that's what they're used to playing. So proud of our effort in the second half. First half, just let it slip a little bit too much and try to claw back, and obviously made some mistakes defensively in those 3 possessions to go from 9 to 17 or 18, whatever it was.
Boston with 30 points really asserted himself on the offensive end, just trying to bring the team back. Just what does that say about him as a leader and just the way he's led the team this year?
Yeah, it's crazy. I think what did Paul have, 27 against San Diego? Yes. And then Caleb comes and has 33 against NDSU, and then Boston has 30. Exactly what we told our guys in the locker room. We have the right people in this program, and I don't think they care. If Paul has 30, they just want to win, right? And some nights, Boston might have 30. Caleb, Paul, Lahat's capable of having a ton of points. He's an elite rebounder for us. I think we have the pieces, right? We've just been a little inconsistent, and that's expected. We got a young team. Isaac Bruns is a freshman. Steven Kramer is a redshirt freshman. Jake Brack is a freshman. Felix Brostrom is basically a freshman. And there's our bench right there, right? And then you got some experienced guys that start, right? But some of the guys haven't been in the role that they're in. Lahat's never been in that role where he's playing 30 minutes a night. Caleb's never been in that role. Max has never been in that role, coming off the bench last year. Boston, absolutely not. Has never been in that role at this level. Paul's kind of the one with experience for us. So just got to keep reminding ourselves it's a process, and we have to find ways to get better every day because everything we want is still ahead of us.
Yeah, and then just going back to the start of the game, just after the Omaha game, it seemed like there was a lot of energy at the start. Even Laha gets a steal and has to dribble down the court a bit there. Just what was impressive about the start?
Well, you put keys to the game on the board, and the first key was got to have a great start. We got to bring energy. Think a combination of a couple things. Being on the road and then coming home to play. I'm not sure it's truly a true home game anymore, right? When someone plays at home and they just drive a couple hours to play you, it kind of takes a little bit of that advantage out. And the schedules are different. Like you look at it, Oral Roberts plays back-to-back road or home games the entire season, right? A lot of other people are split. I'm sure it's because of their location, but we have to do a better job preparing our guys to come back and play and have that energy. So it's been tough, right? You don't get a day off. We usually prep 2 days and then we play, right? So you play on a Sunday. The stuff got pushed back because of the holidays. So you play on a Sunday and then you got to show up the next day and practice. And then you got to practice yesterday and you got to play. And now we go to Montana, right? An incredible road stretch. Talking to the women, it was like a 12-hour day to get there, or maybe even long. Maybe it was 13 hours to get there because they drove down the day of, and that's 4:30 wake up, right, which is 3:30 Mountain Time. So, and then you fly there and you practice. And part of the reason why I reached out to them was like, hey, if you did it again, would you stay in Omaha the night and try to get your team some rest? And so it's going to be a long trip. It's going to be a long trip to Montana, different than the Summit League. But, we're on, I joke about this all the time, and people at the radio show know what I'm talking about. We're on the beet juice now. The beet juice, you know what beet juice is? It helps you at altitude, right? It's proven to open your blood vessels up and get more oxygen in your blood, in your bloodstream. And that's something we've done when I've been at altitude, even though we live there, right? But saw that at San Diego State started doing that at our place, and I finally asked what it was. So we're trying to use every advantage that we can because we don't have days off, right? That's hard. When you have to practice 2 days and play, it takes 2 days to prep for a team. To say you can prep for a team, a Division I team in 1 day is almost impossible. That's why on league games, when it's Thursday, Saturday, we're doing prep work for the Saturday game earlier in the week, and then closer to the Thursday game, then we're prepping for the Thursday game. So, there's no rest at all, right? We're back at it tomorrow, and then we're on the road to Omaha to fly to Missoula, and that's a long day. So we're young. We got to mature. We got to grow, and obviously it's everything at home, but it's even harder on the road. So we know we got a tough test with Montana, especially with them beating NDSU tonight, but I like our matchup there. I do. Thank you, guys. Go Yotes.
Thanks, Coach.